Welcome to EPG program in Japanese. Paper 5 Communication through Translation. Honyakutsu Jiteno Communication. Module 28. Learn while practicing expressions and CPCI 6th in this series. And we are into module 28 in total. Jissen Shinagara Gakshusuru Yogento CPCI. This module has been developed together with one of my trainees, Rajat Manjul, at ongoing translation training program of CSIR NISCARE, and acknowledgement goes to Surabhi Lal, who has helped in data collection and the base work for this module. This is the last module in the series, in this particular series, and it covers Toyu as expression, and we'll be doing trying to learn about the expressions or how to simplify the process of translation by using expressions as unit. The recapitulations, the print is too small, so I'll request Rajat to read it out for you, just for recalling what we had learned in the previous module.
Application of 5W1H appears a cakewalk. Apply in combination frame till familiarization. Combination of 5W1H and frame is an efficient mechanism. Ratio of the two is dynamic. 5W1H or frame renders accurate but mechanical translation. Translation can be rendered in passive form, wherein style changes and direct voice is avoided. Published version is usually free translation, rewritten after fully understanding. The core equivalent for Ni Hansuru is related to. However, many times context specifies the nature of relationship and it is rendered as on, regarding, concerning, etc. Therefore, initial equivalent for Ni Hansuru will be related to, which will be fine-tuned contextually.
So we have confirmed here that the 5W1H remains a very important tool, and combination of 5W1H with other techniques help. This combination or the ratio of various techniques will depend upon the person who's using it, context, etc. And while talking about the expression, this is becoming quite clear that the expression has got a core meaning. So we should begin. In the beginning, when you do the translation, you should start with the core meaning, and then gradually you should move to the suitable meaning depending upon the context. And many a times you will see that the expression does not get translated. These are the expressions which we have done so far. So taisuru, taisho toshite, niatari, ni oite, ni kansuru, and now we'll be taking up Toyu in this module. This is a brief explanation given here, which is coming from basically known sources. A Toyu B gets translated as B called A. This means Toyu is getting translated as called as a core equivalent, and A and B are primarily nouns on two sides of Toyu. And we can confirm this with the help of these examples. If we see here, yes, Rajat, can you read out just the translation of the first and second and the comments?
The act called monozukuri is an activity peculiar to human beings, similar to thinking, and is extremely fundamental activity. The comment here is monozukuri to you koi is A to you B, and its equivalent is B called A.
So it's very straight. B called A or A to you B.
The point that I learned through that experience was how important water was. Here, Toyu has been dropped in target language, which is a case of merging.
Yeah, there are various options for Toyu. Two extreme examples have been taken. Very simple, very straight example of two nouns put on the two sides of Toyu, and it is getting order only getting reversed. And the other one where Toyu is getting dropped. So these are the two extreme examples, but there would be various other combinations in between. So let's see some examples. This is example 1. Can you read, Rajat?
Senkiraki kyuju go heisei 7 nen 1月 17 日 gozen 5時 46 分 Akashi Kaikyo o Shingen-chi to suru Hyogo ken nambu jishin ga hassei shi.
Stop. I think, see, if you see up to here only, there are you find it's not so easy to remember, because factual things are coming, place names are coming, time details are coming. So while reading itself, if you can break and think that you are restarting. For example, here in the case of Senkyaku Kyuju Gonen, and then it says Heisei Nananen, and then again it says Ichigatsu Junananichi. So probably you can remember, because it's a recent news, so 17th and maybe 17th January, and then the time can be left out, because while translating you can pick up the time later on. Similarly about the strait also, the name Akashi. So this may be difficult to retain, so you can just say that a particular place has been hit by, or has been there has been some something happening there. Yes, please continue.
Shiso sa Yomman Nanaju Ichinin Higai to.
Once again, I think here also you see it's Yomman Nanaju Ichinin. It's a figure. Then next figure is Nihaku Yonju Nihaku, not man, I think this is Niju Yomman. So because comma is at a different place, it's English type of comma put here. So it will be difficult to read this. And then another figure, that is Yonju Yon Man Yonsen Kyuhaku Toyu Mizo no Higai o Ukimashita. So Higai o Ukimashita is very important here, not the figures. Figures can be picked up later on. Now let's see how to translate it. Now this is the we have picked out the frame from it, the you can say the macro frame, the source language frame. Just read out the source language frame. Hyogo Nambu Jishin ga hashitesi higai o ukemashita. Now you will ask a question, why should we begin from in between to pick up the frame? Yes, it's correct. There's no rule. This is by experience, or by you have gone through the whole sentence and you picked up the important elements, and then you connected and found that this is the macro frame, which obviously mean that if you need to start a fresh sentence where kanjis are not known to you, there are too many figures in that, there are too many place names in that, if it does not help, then you may have to apply 5W1H right from the beginning to get the main frame, or to get the subject object relationship. Let's go further. Now we are applying the 5W1H technique here, and there's a question and answer. So yes, please read out the question and answer.
5W question is Shingenchi wa, and answer will be Akashi Kaikyo o Shingenchi to Suru.
Okay, and there's a translation given.
As for this 5W question, the translation will be with Akashi Strait as the epicenter.
Okay, as the epicenter. Okay, so there's some difference in handling it. Let's handle it later on. If you see that there's a place name, and there's Hyogo, Ken, Nambu. So like this, when there are multiple characters, it's better to simplify them, that there is something like no coming in between, there is something like wa coming in between, and then so this may give some elemental relationship, and elements that are influencing the understanding have to be kept aside while trying to understand the context in the first go. Now this is the same example, and okay, next question and answer.
いつ起こったの 1995年1月17日午前5時46分 Translation at 5:46 a.m. on January 17, 1995.
Yeah, that's fine. That's just fact only. Yes, we go ahead.
どんな被害を受けました
Here also, just read out the last part. There are some people who died, huge number, but as far as the translation is concerned, that figure can come later on. Then there is a damage, and the last part, please.
Toyu higai.
Toyu higai. Okay. So this is important. Toyu higai. So Toyu is explaining what is coming before Toyu. That part is explained by Toyu here, and the translation will be called, literal translation called again whatever was explained before that. Now this is the translation coming, or this is the content connected directly from these pieces. These are the unprecedented was taken out, that has been put back, and then there is a fine tuning done, which we are treating as translation number 1 here. And this fine tuning, if you see, there are at added, then an earthquake, an added, then what else is added? There is it or in, occurred in. So occurred in the southern part of Hyogo prefecture, and it received unprecedented. So it has been added. So not so major modifications. Now let's see. This is translation 1, and there is a published translation available for this particular text, and that published translation is given on the right hand side. Let's see the comparison. And the comparison, now these are the comments. If you compare the two, the translation 1 was a modified or fine-tuned translation done by individual, whereas the published translation can be called as more close to the original sentence in spirit also. So our comments are, yes Rajat, please read out.
Toyu has not been translated, all these comments are in case of published translation. Toyu has not been translated. It's a case of merging, where verb is linked directly to the objects.
What it says here is that when there is a verb and there is an object, if you can connect the verb and object directly, then there is no need to translate Toyu and it can be dropped. But you should be very clear that you are not taking out any important element from the original sentence.
Shingen chi tosuru has been translated as centered in.
Yeah, this is it would be better to treat this as a unit, because shingen chi tosuru, or maybe something else, aob tosuru, in this particular case, because it is an area where where is it originating from. So it's a concept by itself, and this gets translated as centered in. So centered in, for example, it was Akashi, so centered in Akashi or centered in a particular place. So this is the peripheral use of the unit.
Mizono has been translated as extensive.
Okay. Now this is, unprecedented is available, and it could be something else also. It could be unparalleled also. Now when you say unprecedented, it does not define the extent. What it means is that this has not happened in the past. But when you use the word serious and extensive, this gives little more definition, little more specificity to the damage, and probably the publisher or the person who was doing the published work felt that this would be required, and therefore that change has been brought in. So this can be called as the freedom taken by the translator, or freedom taken by the person who is writing in English.
Higayo Kewashita has been merged with damage and translated as resulted in.
Yeah, because there is damage talk, people died, houses blown away, then other damages, building collapsed, etc. So this need not be repeated. So the damage word has been taken away and it has been replaced by, in this particular case, resulted in, and then the damage have been explained thereafter.
The sentence has been broken into two separate sentences at she.
Yeah, this only reaffirms what have been taught right from the beginning, that whenever a she form of the verb comes, or which means that must base or she comes, you can break the sentence there easily.
Severe has been added with the earthquake to express the intensity in the beginning itself.
Yeah. Now let's go to example 2 and let's go to the next slide. In this example, the main frame is not very big. Would you like to read, Rajat?
The whole sentence, sir?
Yeah, please.
Hosha no kara hosha san ga deru toki.
Wait. Now, Hosha no itself makes you, it looks frightening as well as complicated. So frightening is the words, and the complicated, that Hosha no kara hosha sen ga deru toki. So let's see, this is interesting. I think let's go to the main part. The main frame here is, just read out the main frame.
Jitai o manekimasu.
Okay, o manekimasu. So literal translation is invites the situation. Okay. Now the questions, just read out questions one by one.
Donna jitai o manekimasu ka?
Okay.
Dono yona jokyo de sonna koto ga okoru no?
Okay.
And the next slide.
No, the answer also, answer for the both questions.
Donna jitai o manekimasu ka? Nenryo ga hason shitari, yoyu shitari, sayaku no bai wa roshin you melt down to you.
So certain things are happening to the material. Okay.
And its translation is like called fuel breaks, melts, or in the worst case, reactor core meltdown.
Okay.
And the second, どのような状況でそんなことが起こるの？原子炉を原子炉を常時冷却しておかないと。
Okay.
If reactor core is not kept cool all the time.
Okay. Next question.
それはなぜなのか？放射線から放射能から放射線が出るとき、それが熱に変わるため。
Okay.
When radioactive radiations come out, that changes into heat. Therefore.
Hosha no kara hosha sen ga deru. It's a difficult word. Literally, it means radiations from radioactivity. And hosha no also is very difficult to say whether it is radioactivity or something else. Hosha no is actually, when radioactive environment comes out, the whole environment, when there is a material taken out or when a material kept in an area which the material is radioactive, it starts radiating the radioactive character from there, and the whole environment becomes radioactive. So this whole thing, that means the material which is physical and also the environment that is abstract, is the combination. This combination is called hosha no. So this concept has to be understood. So hosha no kara hosha sen ga deru. Okay. This is the translation coming. It's joining the pieces and this is coming directly. This is fine-tuned translation, and this is further tuning has been done, and this further tuning has been done because as you go deeper into the translation, you find that you are understanding the concepts better, and when you understand the concepts better, you would like to incorporate those concepts. And this final translation one we will compare with the with another translation. And here the comments are that Toyu called is the literal one, fine-tuned and is coming contextually as such as. That means Toyu can be translated as such as. Then Toyu Jitayo Manekimas is literally speaking invites, but this can be treated as a unit, and when it is unit, can you read out further that?
Toyu Jitayo Manekimas can also be treated as a unit, and its equivalent could be it invites situations such as, or it leads to situations such as, or it leads to A or B or C depending on the context. First option would be the core.
Fine. This is the translation 1 picked up from the previous slide, and the translation 2 which is coming from another but available source considered to be slightly better. And based on these two translations, if you look, you see here, Toyu has been translated as wherein in the case of the second translation here, and this is implicit. Then reikyaku shite okanai to, reikyaku plus shite okanai to, cool and if not kept, and if not kept changing to unless. Therefore, it is peripheral at this level, that is at the unit level. Please read out the next.
Jitayo Manekimas has been translated as may lead to a state which is peripheral at the unit level.
Okay. Further?
It may cause has been added for the missing Shitari Suru, which is implicit. Yeah,
in fact, if you read the context carefully, when you go grammatically, you will find Tari 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 Suru is the normal pattern. But in the usual practice, you will find very such examples are very rare. Tari Tari can come with something and then some other verb formation or verb uses comes, which actually shows that central part has got Tari Tari component, that is loose part, and you don't want to limit the context to the verbs which are listed there.
Also, Tari Tari provides a hint that Toyu Jita is connected to all the three events.
Okay. This is example 3. Maybe we'll read when we go along. Yeah, this is the main frame. In this case, the main frame is a bit long, so let's read the main frame.
Genshi Ryoku Hatsuden wa kaku hanno o okusase tabin hatsudenki o mawasu toyu no ga ippan tekina hoshiki desu.
Okay, so read it carefully. It is Hatsuden wa. This is the subject, and then it says okosase and then tabin and it entered o mawasu. So okosase o mawasu तो you know ippante ki na hoshiki this. So if you read carefully this frame, it will give you the translation, and the translation here comes as regards, just read out please.
As regards nuclear power generation, the general method is called cause nuclear reaction and rotate turbine generator.
Okay. Now let's go with the questions. You want to go for the comments here? Comments we have already given. You know, the comment was, in this particular case, you know, it seems a different pattern is there. That is, toyu is preceded by a verb, and it follows. It is followed by a noun. But if you see it carefully, the part that precedes toyu is actually becoming a quoted portion. So if it is a quoted portion, then there is no problem. You know, it is not the action which is taking place. So it's not verb in the true sense. And let's do the questions now. Please read the question and answer both.
And the answer is kaku bushi o neniru toshite genshiro no nakade.
Okay, so genshiro no nakade and kaku bushitsu o nenryo toshite. So there could have been two questions also, but since at this stage you understand, so the number of questions have been reduced, and in this particular case the frame is also too long, so the question also reduced.
Inside the nuclear reactor with nuclear material as fuel. Sono turbine hatsudenki o dono yoni mawashimasu to mizu o sui joki ni kaete.
Okay, this is too simple. Yeah.
どうやって水を水蒸気に変えますか？その再生じる熱で
Okay.
by the heat produced at that time.
Okay. Now put them together and you get this translation. It may not read very well, so let's go to the next, that is the fine tuning. Now this is fine tuning, that is translation 1, and in this particular case toyu has been dropped in the fine tuning. Now there was an available translation which is treated as translation 2, and that's given here, and this comparison would be quite interesting because it appears in nuclear power generation is changing to the general method in nuclear power generation. So pretty different. So let's see. These are just listed here. Okay. Yes, start from the comments in the translation 2.
Okay, the comments translation 2. Frame is genshiroku hatsuden wa something okusase something mawasu to you know ippanteki na hoshiki.
Now this makes sense, you know, if you write it and read it 2 times or 3 times, it will be very simple for you to translate. You can easily say, as regards the nuclear generation or nuclear power generation, the general method is or are, the general methods are doing one action and doing the second action. So frame is very clear. Okay.
Genshiro has been translated only as reactor.
Okay, Genshiro, you know, the Rho itself can be reactor because Rho is furnace and Genshi is nuclear, so it's nuclear furnace. So its nuclear furnace is called reactor, but Hannoki is also reactor. So there could be some confusion. So therefore, it may be better to treat Genshi Rho as a unit. Equivalent is reactor.
Then has been added for showing continuity.
This can be dropped also, but I think probably the person who did the translation wanted to give some continuity and used a conjunction.
Or for toshite is as, however, change here to by using as, which is implicit.
Okay.
The equivalent used for they is through.
This is interesting. You know, it's written as through, and that's also instrumental. So it reconfirms that, you know, they has got a core meaning.
Unit level core equivalence for sonosaini is at that time. However, here it is fine-tuned in favor of the implicit equivalent, which is in the process.
You know, we are not doing sonosaini as expression in this module, but because it has come, so I would like to just mention here that sonosai, something, some function, some festival, some event, some occasion, it's not one point of time. It's a you know, duration and some activities taking place. So sonosaini, the saini will always get, if it has to be translated properly, the word from the context. Therefore, in this particular case, it is in the process. That's all in this module, and let's sum up the learning of this module. Number 1 is combination of macro frame and 5W1H an efficient and smooth way of doing the translation, but one has to get used to it. Yes, ratio of the two or ratio of any number of techniques will remain dynamic. Understanding the frame as just explained could have been made the job much simpler in the beginning itself. Yes, you can read out the next.
5W1H of frame renders accurate but mechanical translation. A certain degree of fine-tuning improves the readability also. Published version is usually free translation, rewritten after fully understanding.
So it's a step-by-step process. You apply 5W1H or frame, what you will get is a blunt translation, a translation which will require some fine-tuning. Once the fine-tuning is done, it will be quite readable, but if you want to have the style also that is desired in the domain, then probably you have to own the document or own the substance or own the piece which you are translating, and then rewrite the whole thing. And the core equivalent for Toyu is called here. Sometimes the context specifies the nature of relationship and it is rendered as amounting to such as, wherein, etc. And we saw one example, it can get dropped also. And the initial equivalent for Toyu, as we have done in the previous modules also, should be kept as called, and the final equivalent should be fine-tuned depending upon the context. Now, unit level translation and equivalence become a very useful tool in improving the readability in many cases. Sono-Saini, I just explained, is at that time is the literal translation or maybe the code translation, but it will take the word or the process, etc., the occasion from the context, and it is coming as in the process in this particular case. When subject understanding becomes a prerequisite, what it means is that you are translating, say, medical, you are translating nuclear, and you have never heard even those words, you do not know what it says. Simply that measuring the blood pressure is fine, but if somebody uses a technical word and says that when it goes up, it can lead to heart attack, and if it is said in medical language, it will be quite difficult to understand what is written there, and the translation will become quite funny. Therefore, it is very important that the components which you have understood once should be treated as unit, and these units can be used as it is. Some fine-tuning will give them better readability. These are the references for this particular module, and thank you so much. Arigatou gozaimasu. See you again with few more examples in module 29.